All right, we're on. We're here. Another, another, another. No, I won't say prediction. I'll give you my first impression on the TeSLa CyberTruck. Let me just say that I absolutely love that truck. I think it is the best car, truck, automobile to hit the market in 15 years, 10 years, maybe longer. I can't think of a car that I actually like better. I do like one of my favorite cars in the whole world is, I mean, I shouldn't say the whole world, but one of my favorite cars is Mercedes G-Wagon. I think it's an extremely cool truck, and if you've ever driven one or ever experienced one, it is one of the most well-made cars you have ever experienced in your life. When you shut the doors on that car, it actually feels like you're closing a vault door. I mean, that's just one of the things. One of the other things I like about cars that I consider to be great cars are the fact that they don't squeak or make noises or crack when you turn corners, or when you're riding down the street. There's no road noise coming through the floor, or there's not like a bunch of noises happening all throughout the car as you're driving, and that doesn't happen in that Mercedes truck. But anyway, I don't know what if you ride in a TeSLa, actually you feel something similar, though it feels not quite as sturdy. Though it's one of the TeSLa cars are the safest cars, I think, on the road, if I remember correctly. But anyway, the Cybertruck is amazing. It is the balls on Elon Musk for coming out with something that is ridiculously unorthodox. I mean, the design of that truck is like nothing that anybody would ever even attempt to put out in a joking way. Meaning, like GM, Ford, and whoever else is out there that have been around for a long time, they wouldn't even put this out as a joke for attempting a design this different from what we normally see. And the reason why I like this, there are a bunch of reasons why I like it. The number one reason why I like it is because the design is different than anything else that we have ever seen on the road, with the exception of maybe the DeLorean. It actually, when I first saw it, that's what I thought about. If whoever listens to this one day, if you know what a DeLorean is, if you don't know what a DeLorean is, you should take a look at it, because it's not that the car is shaped like a DeLorean, although it does have some lines like that. It definitely, in terms of the body, the DeLorean wasn't painted. It had a stainless steel body. So I don't know what the Cybertruck is made out of. I'll do another video just talking about the specs of the truck, and how good or bad they are. I do know that the fact that the car doesn't have paint on it is very similar, like I said before, to the DeLorean. So that's the first car that came to mind. But I think that the actual truck itself is amazing. I think that for him to decide to put a design like this on the road in any country, but here in America, in a market that is dominated by at least the big two, which is probably the big three. So Chrysler, Ford, and Chevy. And I think Ford is the number one. I think Chevy's number two. But I just think it's we need more people like this. Imagine if there were 10 people like Elon Musk doing what he's doing. And I don't know if it's possible. I know that the guy spent a lot of time studying and reading and bettering himself intellectually, and maybe that's the only way you can get to the position that he's at, but or that he's in. But I just I really my hats off to him. I wish that there's a particular company that an airplane that I like. It's called an Icon A5, and they, for whatever reason, they were supposed to bring. First of all, these airplanes were supposed to cost, I think, $100,000, which is, it's obtainable, and I think now they've gotten up to, I think maybe 300,000. I don't want to misspeak, but they're expensive now. So let's say $250,000, $300,000 for a full package, and so that's out of reach for a lot of people. So I say all that to say that the company itself, like the design, the fact that they designed an airplane that is different from other airplanes out there, and they actually perform differently from other airplanes. I was thinking yesterday that I wish that Elon or TeSLa would go and actually buy that company, the Icon A5 company, and just take it over, because they have, for whatever reason, just not been able to make it a viable product for many consumers. But back to the Cybertruck. Design is amazing. The idea of having a bulletproof glass, I think, is funny, but that's cool too. And obviously all electric, and twice the towing power of, I think, the normal average truck out there. I don't know what the towing capacity of those trucks normally are. Like I said, I'll do a spec video later, but forget all the specs. We know the car is going to be super fast. We know it's going to be powerful, and we know that the design, the interior design, is going to be minimal, but still nice. The ride of the car is going to be incredible. The performance is going to be incredible. There's really no downside. And the fact that he made a bed cover that actually extends, or you say descends, or disappears into the body of the car, and apparently it's strong enough for you to stand on. I actually have an avalanche with a cover on the back that you can stand on. So it's definitely necessary when you're putting things on top of your truck, although I don't know what the roof of this truck's going to look like. But anyway, the bed, the tailgate, everything about it, I don't think there's anything that I don't like. I didn't see the interior too well. I noticed, one of the things I have a problem with cars is dashboards, and it looked like from the videos that I watched and the pictures that I saw, that they're trying to figure out what to do with the dashboard, because I don't even know if you really need that big of a dashboard in a car like that with the technology that it has. So I'd be curious to see what they do with the dashboard, because I don't think that there's any way that dashboard is the way it looked is the way it's going to be when it's in production. The other thing, I just go back to the beginning of the video where I said that I hadn't seen a car like this in 10 or 15 years. I don't know what year the Chevy Volt came out, and the new styled Camaro, but I saw both of those cars before. So I saw the prototypes. I think that's what you call them. I think they may call them something else when they're at the car show. But anyway, we'll call them the prototypes. I saw those cars, the pre-production models, at the LA Auto Show, which I recommend going to if you've never been. And both of those cars were, the design of those cars were not futuristic, but they had stepped outside the box, which they don't normally do. And then when those cars hit the market, the Camaro stayed mostly the same, but the Volt didn't look anything like the Volt that was at the show. So I hope that and the Camaro The model that I saw actually didn't have side mirrors and door handles. I think it didn't have door handles, and for whatever reason, when they produced the car, they did have those, and I read that it's a requirement that you have to have those. But now we don't have to have those anymore because there's cameras. So hopefully they take those mirrors off the sides of cars now, and we can just look at our window, the window that we roll up and down, and there'll be a projection onto the window or a screen in the door or something that we don't have to look outside the car to see who's beside us or slightly behind us for side mirrors. And we don't need side mirrors because I don't really like them. So I say all that to say that I hope the Cybertruck actually stays. I hope it looks exactly how it looks, with improvements that would make it look better. Which I wouldn't change anything about it. I think they nailed it. And the other thing I would say about it is this: for the people who hate the design and are drawing renderings, I drew that when I was 5 years old. I drew that when I was 3 years old. The people that don't like this car, this truck, are simply just not cool. That's all. That's. I mean, that's. If you don't like the way that truck looks, you probably don't have a girlfriend, and you probably didn't have a girlfriend. If you have one now, you probably didn't have one until you were 35. And nobody likes you. Nobody wants to talk to you. And you're sitting at home, typing on your phone, hating on somebody who's doing great things in the world. And you should think about that and change your life, because the Cybertruck is amazing. We need that on the road. We need more things like this. Stop looking for the same things. Stop expecting for things to look similar to something that we had before. This is a step in the right direction, and you people need to wake up and stop hating on progress.